We are live. It's me and my dear friend Sam. We're going to be holding space for each other. The reality is that the holidays are not always easy for everybody, and in fact, the holiday time can make pain much more acute um, because there's this pressure uh, to act happy, right? And to feel like everything is great. And and things aren't always great. Sometimes you are having a really hard time, right? You've lost your job, you've lost a loved one, it's your first Christmas alone, or maybe your 10th Christmas alone.
Mm.
And so, what we are going to do is we're just going to invite you to post what's hard in the chat. And we're going to be holding space for each other tonight. You can, hopefully, if you stay on the live for a little bit, you can hold space, you can pray, do energy work, send positive vibes, whatever the thing is that you do for people. Um, so, so this is a place where you don't have to pretend. You don't have to pretend to be happy. Um, just post what those things are in the chat. Sam and I will be reading those things out loud, and as that happens, whenever you hear something, just hold space for whatever that is. Be there for the people that are here tonight, because you need to know that you're not alone. And even though the holidays might be difficult and sad, maybe they are a source of pain right now. Um, and the difficult thing about that pain is that in other times you might feel okay to express it, but sometimes during the holidays there's this pressure to pretend like everything's okay, or like you're happy when everybody else is buying presents and you're in a financial place where presents aren't a reality for you. When everybody's talking about family and you're not going to be with family, or when you're listening to All I Want for Christmas Is You on the
Yeah.
Spotify Christmas playlist, and all you have is you this Christmas. So, what we want you to do, what we're inviting you to do, is to post what's difficult for you in the chat. And we're going to read those out loud and just hold space for each other tonight. If you're able to stick around in the chat, on the live stream, you can hold space for other people, because this time can be lonely. It can feel isolating when everybody around you is all smiles and happiness, and you just can't with that right now.
Can't even.
Um, right, can't even. So
Can't
I'm
even.
here with my dear friend Sam, and Sam is also a pastor. And
Do I
so
need to do
we're
the head tilt?
that's
Also a pastor.
also a pastor.
Also a pastor. Yes.
So yeah, if you have something hard this holiday season, just post that in the chat, and we're gonna read those things out loud, and we'll hold space for those things. Um, yeah.
I love that. Someone in the chat has, mentioned the fact that this that you can strive as hard as you want to for the perfect Christmas or perfect holiday, but it just things never measure up to that.
Hmm.
And that they grew up in a family that was trying to always make the holidays perfect. And as an adult, it made them not want to do that, right? Not want to go through the
Uh-huh.
holidays because of that internal pressure. Um, you know, Said that they're in a better place as an adult, but still feel like that the holidays and the expectations created around that are just so high. And
Yeah.
boy, do I ever hear that.
Yeah, that's hard. We're holding space for you. Um, If you
Mhm.
have something hard right now, post that in the chat on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube. And whoever's here, we're all going to hold space for each other. On YouTube, Kara says, the most difficult thing for me is overstimulation due to my autism and depression.
Mm,
Yeah, I feel that. That is hard. We're holding space for you tonight.
yeah. I have a
Yeah,
member of my family with autism, and this can be a really challenging time. Even
yeah,
right here in our house, there's just a lot of overstimulation, so
yeah.
it can be hard to get through.
On on TikTok, RIP says, I hate the forced happiness and the feeling like having a family is an obligation. Yeah, yeah, I feel that.
Mhm.
Um, Christmas isn't easy. Holidays aren't easy. Sometimes they can make us feel lonely and isolated when everybody else is happy, and we feel like this expectation of happiness. We're holding space for you right now. If you've got something hard, go
Mhm.
ahead and post it in the chat on YouTube. Um, Kara says, I grew up in a a lots of presents family. Now I have to figure out what to do with all the many toys I received in my childhood.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
hard. That's the real stuff. On TikTok, this is my second Christmas season without my husband.
Mm.
I'm so sad.
Oh,
I
man.
feel that. Yeah, we're holding space for you.
We are.
Yeah, people are praying or doing energy stuff or just, sending positive thoughts your way. Um, yeah, Christmas isn't always easy.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Ma
we're
Mar
holding space.
Marie, on Instagram says, "I feel like the holidays are supposed to be about faith, right? About
Mm,
faith and not about shopping. I'd like
mm,
to see a renewed return to faith." Um, and I hear that, I do. There's so much, emphasis on buying things and, yep. So we are definitely holding space for that. We are, um, yeah,
yeah.
we're joining
I
you.
and man, it's just uh it's just hard. Like in this economy, the present thing. Yeah. On TikTok, Miss Kathy says, I just want it to be January.
Mhm.
Man,
Dude,
yeah.
I
When
hear that for sure.
when you're in a hard place during the holidays, the January does feel like there's something on the horizon. T in TikTok says, I have bipolar 1 and struggle to discern whether a thought is my illness or not. Yeah,
Mm,
I feel that. That is so hard. We're holding space for you. People are doing the prayer thing or the energy thing or whatever. You're not alone in that. Um,
yeah, and Marie came back in another one and said, prayers for this woman who lost her husband. I feel her. So, the prayers, thoughts, vibes, energy of the community are rallying, and I appreciate that so much.
yeah. Jen Solo on TikTok says, I used to be a big gifter due to my good job, but now jobless in a new
Mm,
country. Wow, Jen, I feel you. We're holding space for you. Everybody who's able to stay on and hold space for all of these people on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube.
mm.
Kara on YouTube says, I almost had a meltdown while shopping today.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, I feel that. Yeah, uh, we're holding space for you. That can be so stressful. You add the stress of finances in general and holiday pressure. Um, RIP on TikTok says, it feels like a slap in the face. It's also a multi trauma anniversary.
Mm,
I want it to be January. RIP, the multi trauma. Yeah, I feel that. It's hard. And you're not alone. We're holding
nope.
space for you right now. Sam and I, and all these people that are on the live stream. If you have if Christmas is not always easy, the holidays can be hard because everybody's happy and joyful, and there's this pressure when your life is shit to pretend like it's not, and that can make the hardness feel even worse, more acute, and the loneliness feel worse because you feel isolated because you don't want to be the person. You have this sense of like not wanting to be the person who's bringing it down.
Mm.
So tonight we're holding space, and if you are in a hard time, you can post in the chat, and all the people who are on the live stream, we're holding space for each other, saying prayers, um, and trying to be there for each other right now. Kara on YouTube says, I would rather celebrate the winter solstice over Christmas. I don't feel connected to the Christian God anymore, especially after having to spend Christmas in a fire and brimstone church. You're not wrong. I feel that the triggering of some of the Christmas stuff when you have religious trauma is hard. We're holding space for that
Hmm.
right now. Yeah. Um, Gretchen,
Yes. Yeah,
on TikTok. Do you see Gretchen's?
I do. Yeah. My husband's narcissist ex is hell bent on ruining Christmas every year, and she's very creative.
Ugh,
Um, yeah, it is something about this time of the year. Sometimes I think that brings out the worst in people. And yep, I totally hear that. And we are holding space for you, Gretchen.
yeah, yeah. Also, just if this is helpful for you right now, we want to be here for as many people as we can. So sharing this live wherever you are, um, will help other people who are feeling lonely and isolated and in pain this holiday season have a little space, a little place
Hmm.
to for people who are holding space. D on TikTok says, "Yeah, my life is shite right now.
Hmm.
I'm battling cancer, and my mom was just diagnosed with cancer. Wow, that's intense." And we're holding space. People are praying or doing energy or just sending positive thoughts. You're not alone. There's so many people who are hurting during the holiday time, and Dee said, "Thanks for allowing me to share."
Mm,
You're so
absolutely.
welcome.
And I love it that in the chat people are referencing each other and
Mm,
caring for each other.
yeah.
It's beautiful.
T on TikTok says, "How do I follow the other gentleman you were speaking with too?" This is Sam. Sam, how did they
Yeah.
follow you?
They can follow me almost all the platforms. I'm Preacher 1120.
Okay.
So
11/20, is that the date that we all need to send you birthday presents?
uh, oh no, it's totally unrelated, Jeremy.
Okay.
Totally,
Okay.
totally unrelated. But if you did send me a birthday present that day, that'd be fine. Uh,
I on YouTube, Kara says, gratitude was expected at
mm,
Christmas every year. My mom would threaten to give away all my presents if I had a meltdown or wasn't obedient.
oh
Oh,
gosh.
jeez. There's so many bad memories that can the holidays can trigger. Kara, we are holding space for you right now. And she said, well, her mom would call her ungrateful if I cried or got upset to the point I was violent and aggressive as a child. Mm, that is so hard. A lot of people are resonating with this gratitude being forced. If you're going through something hard, right now, this is a space for you. We're holding space for all of that. This is not a place where you have to pretend, feel isolated because you are in a hard time. Just post those things in the chat. And my dear friend Sam and I are going to read those out loud. And everybody who is with us tonight is holding space for each other. Um, Sam, just so you know, I can't see the chat in Instagram anymore. So,
Okay.
um,
I don't.
s-
In fact, I'm putting something in the chat now.
great.
Um,
Um, uh, yeah. So, Kara on YouTube said that all of the Christmas gifts and the pressure to be grateful led her to be have a hoarding problem as an adult. Yeah, that's a real thing. You know, the way our brains respond to trauma is unexpected, and yeah, we're holding space for you, Kara. SJ Reed, a few months
mhm.
ago, we were confronted about not going to church as a family. Yeah.
Wow.
S- Sometimes church isn't an option, right?
Yeah.
It's too hard. It's too traumatizing. You've got all this history. Um, and yeah, we're holding space for you. You aren't alone. You aren't alone tonight.
And they said they were afraid that they're going to be confronted again.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, um, you know, the last thing anybody should feel guilt over
Yeah.
is that. Um, Morgan said, "My dad is having legal issues this holiday season. It has literally broke me in ways I can't describe." So,
Hmm.
uh, yes, Morgan, I hear that, and that's just, it's just gut wrenching when, even when it's not you, right, but someone that you deeply love. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just really difficult, really difficult.
Yeah. We're holding space for you right now,
We
Morgan.
are.
That's so hard. All the people that are on live on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube are saying prayers or energy or whatever it is that they do to hold space for people right now. You can just post what's hard in the chat, and
Mhm.
you don't have to pretend. You don't have to feel isolated because everybody's acting happy. Yeah, our man on TikTok says,
Mhm.
after COVID, the church wrote us off because we chose the health of our children over going. Oof, that
Yeah,
hits hard.
it
I
does.
I know so many people in that space, and it was, I don't know, there's something I think particularly um wounding about that this choice for the health of your children is somehow, yeah, I'm holding space for you right now. That's really hard. Really hard.
Yeah, and, being a gay man myself, and knowing so many people, right, that have been, um, excluded from church because of, they have to churches sometimes make you choose between your church and your
Mhm.
kid, and this is another example of how churches can do that, and it's, yep, so damaging and unnecessary, just so
Yeah.
unnecessary.
Yeah.
I hear that.
So unnecessary.
Mhm.
Um, so, uh, Chris, I can't see exactly who you are. It says you're saying hello. It's good to run into a friend.
Mhm.
Yeah, it is. It's so good. Chaos XT. Yeah, the reality is that the holiday time is hard for a lot of people because everybody's acting happy. All I want for Christmas is
The
you is on
music.
the
Yeah.
music, right? And like I had a friend who was telling me the other day, like they just can't turn on Christmas music because like
Yeah.
they just separated from their partner, and it brings all the pain right back up. And I think, Sam, that the pressure to be happy and to pretend that
Mhm.
everything's fine, like it makes the pain worse because it makes me feel lonely.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, and so tonight you don't have to pretend.
No.
Just post in the comments what's going on. My dear friend Sam and I are gonna read them out, and we're all gonna hold space. Everybody that's in the live on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Yeah.
Yep. RIP posted acting happy, but no one is. Right?
Mm,
Trying to be grateful even when in need. It's disgusting.
mm,
Um, yeah, it is such a difficult time of the year, and I think about my friends too that have issues with fertility couples or and women who are just because yeah, Christmas is all about babies and pregnancy, et cetera, and just what
yeah.
just how much that can be difficult, for my good friends who've had fertility issues over the years and how hard that is.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it,
Kara in YouTube says, I don't want to go to the Christmas Eve at my parents' church because it's non-LGBTQ affirming and a toxic place. I'm sad. I still don't have a girlfriend this holiday season.
mm,
Yeah, Kara, I feel you. All of that is so hard, especially when faith communities are not affirming. I, you know, I feel like Kara is naming something that so many of my queer friends
mm,
are dealing with, and I understand why they don't want to go to their parents' church. So we're holding space for you, Kara, and for actually all of those queer siblings that are
amen.
having to feel that pain and make that choice and have those really painful conversations with their family, who has either been brainwashed or doesn't understand why you can't get over it for one night. Um, yeah,
Yeah, our man says my mom's birthday would have been this Thursday. And as in a
no,
lot of families, she made our Christmas joy. So just that grief,
mm,
which is, I don't know. Um, so today's Tuesday. So my mom's birthday would have been on Friday. And
yeah,
um, yeah, I miss mom for sure.
yeah.
Don't miss dad at the holidays. Don't miss dad
And
a damn bit. Not on
yeah,
Christmas. Yeah.
I we're holding space for you, Arman.
Hmm.
Arman also mentioned that his church rejected them,
Mm.
and he was okay with it, with the people rejecting him. But when the youth pastor rejected his kids,
Ah, just the worst.
that's yeah, church can be so triggering, and there's a pressure right now, at this time of year to um to just suck it up and go as tradition, but s- going is sometimes just traumatizing, and it's not a doable thing. And I'm a pastor, Sam's a pastor. We're here to say you don't have to go to church on Christmas Eve. And if it helps, just tell your parents that your pastor or pastors said it was okay to not go this year. Um, God doesn't want you to go to a place where you're being traumatized, right, Sam?
No, absolutely. Uh, I mean, God wants for you thriving health and, goodness, good things that you think are
Hmm.
good, right? Not that
Yeah,
other people think are good for you, but, God wants you, right,
yeah,
to experience good things. And, uh, th- uh, you know, the good things from God don't have to come branded by the church.
Yeah,
God does a lot of
that's
good
right.
things outside of the church.
You're not wrong. And I can say that, yeah, I feel you, and we're holding space for you. Um, uh, so, look, the holidays can be hard, and there aren't a lot of places where you can just scream out into the void and say, like, my life is shit right now, and I'm sad and lonely. Um, so this is that place, and the people who are on the live are gonna hold space, whether they're doing prayers or energy or pulling tarot cards or whatever it is. They're holding space for you, and yeah. I'm seeing Kara on YouTube is saying, I'm sad I'm still under a disability guardianship and am not at art school at 28. I'm jealous of my younger neurotypical cousin who's living a successful life in college. I feel like it's partially my parents' fault. I'm still in an unhappy position. Man, I that is really a hard place to be in at any time of year, and especially at Christmas, especially when your parents are not people that you want to be in a guardianship relationship with. Um, yeah, I'm so sorry. We're holding space for you right now.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm getting booted from TikTok.
On
Doesn't
on
like it.
Instagram,
I'm not seeing
uh,
a whole. Here's one. Hold on. Yep,
yeah.
just came in. Oh, sorry. Yeah, David Schwartz says to keep myself safe, I'm going to be alone for a lot of the holiday. I provide care to people who ask me about my holidays, and I have to lie. I hate
Hmm.
lying. I um, I hear that, and sometimes being alone is, while not maybe preferable, is the best thing, at the moment.
Yeah.
Just to disconnect, and to find, within yourself um, a narrative that works better for you in
Yeah.
this season.
But I mean, we're holding space for you right now, David.
You are.
And that's the thing. This like feeling like you've got to lie because I hear in your post the pressure of the holiday season to be happy, and when people ask you, this feeling like you don't want to bring them down, because for all the reasons, and sometimes it's not even that, like sometimes there's this sense of like I'm going through something really hard and I don't really want to have to share it with anybody, um, that I'm working with. At the same time that all of the like cheerfulness and jingle bells is everywhere, and the staff Christmas party
Mm,
and all of those things. So yeah, we're holding space for you. We're holding space for everybody that's here tonight. Just post in the chat, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Kara on YouTube says, I live out in the middle of nowhere on my own. My parents see my extreme lack of organization skills, which I was never taught in a way that worked for me, as a reason I have to wait for an apartment.
hmm.
Ah, I'm so sorry, Kara. Um, we're holding space for you right now. People in the chat, on the live, are praying and doing the things that people do. Um, to be here for you right now. You're not alone. Um, you're not alone, and and that's part of what this is about. Combating the loneliness, um, that can come from being a hard a hard in a hard place during the holidays, you don't have to pretend. Just post the real stuff, whatever it is that's going on. It's making things hard. Just post that in the chat on
Hmm.
Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Either me or my dear friend Sam are going to read that out, and then we're going to hold space um, for all of you. And if you can stick around um, and hold space for other people, that's wonderful. If you can share the live, that's also helpful, just so that we are able to share this space with as many people as we can. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
I noted that quite a few people have shared it, so that's great.
yeah. Um, Kara on YouTube says, I'm also about to be tested for chronic illness, which I worry my parents will think I have to move back in with them. They have said they want me to have an appointment and are an apartment and are actively looking. I feel like a burden. Mm.
Wow.
That's hard to feel as an adult.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, we're holding space for you, Kara.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah. Um,
I,
uh,
uh, I think so much this time of the year about how how much we feel like we have to hide
mm,
things,
yeah.
and not be fully authentic, um, which we feel more prepared, I think, to do most of the rest of
Hmm.
the year, or at least a little more. And yeah, um, I'm finding myself that I'm kind of having to, you know, hide some struggles,
Yeah.
even in the family.
Yeah.
And I
On
don't know what to do about it.
TikTok, rather chill. My parents split when I was 2, and now at 37, I'm sick of splitting holidays and feeling guilty.
Mm,
Yeah, that guilt of like, uh, you know, each parent feeling like they want the whole thing,
mm,
and you being forced into in a position to choose, and you being forced into that position for 35 years.
mm.
That's hard. We are holding space for you, praying for you, doing whatever it is that we do for you right now. Um, yeah,
We do hold space for that. And um, mm,
yeah. Um, Kara on YouTube says, oh, no, no, sorry, that was a correction. So we're
mm,
good. If you are in a hard place tonight, you aren't alone. This is a place where you don't have to pretend. Sometimes the holidays can make the hard things in your life feel more painful, more acute, and um, and so this space is just for you to say what's going on. Um, my dear friend Sam and I are going to read it out loud, and then the people who are watching on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube are going to hold space for that. Yeah.
mm.
On TikTok, we haven't had a. I'm sorry, like our man says, my parents passed in 23 and 24 respectively. My wife's dad passed this year. We hadn't had a memorable holiday since before COVID.
Wow.
Um, Loss is extremely hard this time of year. It is. And the the grief uh of an empty seat,
Mm-hmm.
right where that person would sit, either at a dinner table or on the couch. It's a real thing. And yeah, we are holding space for you, our man. Um, uh, yeah,
Yeah, I don't see anything. There's not anything new on the Instagram feed.
yeah. My Kara on YouTube says my entire education was largely compliance based. I had a
Mm,
genius IQ at 9,
mm,
but worry it's going down due to my time in special education. Oh, Kara, I'm so sorry. That's really hard. They say I see all the things my older, my neurotypical cousin is doing and feel extremely jealous. I blame myself for my current situation. It's hard at Christmas. Yeah, it's hard. We're holding space for you right now,
mm-hmm.
Kara. Um, yeah, it's hard, and the holidays can be really hard for everybody, um, and um, and so we want you to be able to post what's hard,
Mm-hmm.
and and we're gonna read them out. This is Sam. He's a dear friend of mine. He's also a pastor, and so we are holding space. Sam and I and everyone else on the live stream on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. All you need to do is post whatever it is that is hard in the chat right now, and uh, and yeah,
Mm. Yeah. What are the burdens that you're carrying, or what are the things you're trying to avoid? What are the things you just don't want to tell anybody else, so that you affect them? This is a place where you can say what you need to say and know that you'll be heard with kindness and generosity and understanding.
yeah, and that's the power, I think, of the bit of anonymity that you have online.
Mm,
You can come into this place, you can say whatever, and uh, and and there's a freedom in not having to sit in your office meeting with your coworkers and say the thing. Yeah. Why? Yeah, Brady Bravo says at TikTok, why is something wrong if it causes no inherent harm? Um, yeah.
yeah,
I
well, yeah,
I I'm not sure. I'm not sure that I would say I would just agree to
yeah. Good
that
rhetorical question.
statement for
you know,
sure.
being yes, being gay myself, I'm like, can't understand why this is wrong when it hasn't done anything. Like, hasn't done anything but help me to come out.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. On TikTok, uh, the our man says it's also a burden to. Sorry, I just got a notification. I think we're still good. Okay.
Mm.
It's also a burden to be a parent this time of year when you're struggling and trying to keep a brave face for your family. Yeah, that that's the real deal.
That is,
That's
I have 2 kids who are, young adults now, but, when I was going through the period of our divorce, uh, you try to do what you can during the holidays to kind of not dwell in that emotional space, and that's hard. It's hard to kind of paint the happy face on for the kids.
yeah.
You need I need spaces where I can, yeah, just let it be what it is.
We're holding space for you. The holidays can be really hard. Just post what's hard in the chat. Susan on TikTok says, I've been unemployed for a year. I had to put my soul dog down on
Mm.
Saturday. My
Uh,
heart just hurts. My heart hurts for you, with you, Susan. We're holding space for you. People on the live streams are praying or doing energy or whatever the things that it is that they do. Uh, you're not alone.
mhm.
Holidays are hard. A lot of us are in pain. Um, Megan, uh, I resent my kids. They are so much work right now. I love them, but I don't want to do Christmas at all. Ah,
God,
listen, that's the real
that,
shit, right?
that's
That's
like that's
hard
the shit.
and
Yes.
it's painful because you feel like as a parent you shouldn't feel like that, but you
Hmm.
just do, and it's okay.
Yeah.
But it's we're holding space for you. We're holding space for you, really, Megan.
Yeah.
Mm.
You don't like, yeah. I mean, I'm not, I'm just laughing at the kind of the ridiculousness of expecting that you love your children all the time, right? Equally
Uh-huh.
yeah, they're just, there are times and moments when I'm like, y'all, no, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, let's see. Robert, Robert just says, he thanked me for my videos. You're so welcome. And just says, Christmas is hard for me. Yep. And I
Hmm.
said, we're holding space for that for you.
Absolutely.
Um,
Um, Kara Sue says, I feel like all the people in my life don't know how hard my life really is,
mm,
but I'm worried about ending up in a psych ward where I was emotionally abused as a child and teen.
wow.
I barely get to community events due to my out of nowhere location. Um, I don't know what it is about the holidays that make it so easy. The tendrils of the holidays seem to touch our PTSD a
Mm,
lot. And I think a lot of our PTSD comes from certain kinds of expectations that either we had that weren't met or that others had of us during the holidays.
hmm.
It just it those kinds of expectations just really can create a lot of trauma, you know.
Yeah. I roll on TikTok says, I think my daughter-in-law had to put down I think you're meaning her pet last week. Yeah, that's hard. And that was just an empathetic statement towards somebody else, because, we're all, a lot of us are sticking around in the live stream, to hold space for each other,
Mhm.
because that's the thing. You're not alone. A lot of people are hurting right now, and that's what the space is for. If you're in a hard place, just you can just post it in the chat, and we're gonna read them out.
Yep.
And yeah.
Over on TikTok, Brady Bravo says that they're torn because they found a church that they love, but they're torn because tradition says it's heretical.
Mm.
Well,
Listen, yeah,
yeah. A little mild heresy never hurt anyone. That's my motto.
right.
I actually think it was the seminary professor that told me that. Like, don't be so upset, Sam. A little mild heresy never hurt anybody.
Yeah, somebody
Um,
earlier said, that I am their they count me as their pastor, and if the comments are to be believed, I am a heretic. So, I feel like if you found a religious place that works for you, uh, uh, ignore all the haters,
yeah,
and just go there. I think that. And this is part of this is part of my heresy. I think that if you want to connect with God, and you find a place where that happens, I don't think God cares where it is.
yeah,
Um, Especially for those of us who have experienced real religious trauma. Um, uh, yeah.
absolutely. And uh, it's when we find home, when we find the places that work for us. Um, you know, it's doubly important. It's not like just finding, oh, we found a good church, right? It's
Yeah.
more than that, right? It's more than that because we found this place where we can, aim that part of our souls that, you know, that that wants to orient itself to either some larger that may a narrative that makes sense of our lives better
Yeah.
or whatever. And uh yeah,
Yeah.
that's more than home. It's like sanctuary.
RIP says, I want to go to a heretic church. I've got either good news or bad news for you, RIP. I know who RIP is. RIP actually does go to a heretic church.
Yeah.
We have this community that we call Not Church. We call it that because it's like church. We support each other. We have spiritual conversations. We process our trauma. We have a holding space channel where people just share the real stuff that's going on, and people are there for them. And it's a beautiful space. A lot of those people, a lot of people, we have people, all kinds of religious identities and non-identities there. And it's one of those things that if you and we have a lot of religious trauma, especially around being manipulated out of money. So one of the things we don't do is ask for donations. Instead,
Mhm.
it's like pay for what you get. It's $3 a month, and that'll get you in. If it doesn't work, you just stop paying. And if you can't swing $3 a month, just DM me, and I'll get you in for free. And I know RIP is here. DJ is here. They can fact check me on whether or not it's the beautiful place that I think it is. Um, but if you want to do that, you go to
Yeah.
patreon.com/skeptic pastor,
Mhm.
patreon.com/skeptic pastor, and there's a link in my profile there too.
Um, yeah, our man was saying, right, it's so hard to find the church they want to go to in rural Ohio. Um, and yeah, that can be hard right during this time of the year too, because some of us, it's that one time of the year that we actually feel like some kind of inner compulsion to connect with the congregation, but then just
Hmm.
scared to death, right?
Yeah,
About, oh, what's going to happen if I go there?
yeah,
And yeah.
yeah. And the holidays are hard, especially when your life is not great or your night life is really shit. And so this is a place where you just post your shit in
Hmm.
the comments. Kara on YouTube
Hmm.
says, my mom refuses to admit that I have any trauma. If I told her, I think I might I don't know what, I think OSDD system. She might be angrier. I have to suppress the voices in my head, especially the littles. I constantly worry about being tempted by Satan for thinking about leaving Christianity for paganism. I fear hell no matter what people tell me. Kara, that not church community, we've got plenty of people who are in a similar place, and finding wonderful connection with God in all kinds of different traditions. You might you might actually love it, but that is hard, and we're holding space for you. Um, all of you who are on the live stream, if things are hard, if you're dealing with something, you can post it,
Hmm.
and my dear friend Sam and I are going to read it, and then we're going to hold space, say prayers, or do the energy thing or whatever. We're all we are all here for each other tonight. You are not alone.
Hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of mutual care going on in the chat
Yeah.
um, on TikTok and on YouTube too. So that's a lovely thing to see.
Yeah. Yeah, Lady Melot.
Hmm.
Uh, Just Because It's Christmas by Ann Wilson resonated with me this weekend. So,
I
yeah,
don't know that song.
I don't know it either. I've got to look that up.
Yep.
Um, yeah. So, when things are not going great in your life during the holiday season, um, uh, the like toxic positivity of the holidays
Ugh.
can make can make you feel worse because sometimes you're in a financial crisis. We've had people tell us tonight they've lost their job, they've their pets have just died. This is the first holidays without a family member. Um, and that stuff is hard. And it's really hard when you feel like you can't show it, that you've got to hide it because there's this pressure to be happy.
Mm.
And so that's what the space is for. Just post what's hard in the comments, and we're gonna read those out, and everybody's gonna hold space and pray and do all of the things.
Yep. I need to grab a phone charger cord. I will be right back.
Great. On Instagram, uh, decaf isn't coffee says every year I have a goal of hosting a dinner for anyone with nowhere to go. I used to do this a few years ago, but haven't in a while. That's going to be my goal for next year. I think that's a really great goal. What a wonderful thing. Last year, I wasn't able to leave to see my family until the end of Christmas Day, and I had a good friend that we did that exact same thing. Went over to their place. We made brunch and had mimosas and watched When Harry Met Sally. And yeah, finding somebody else who's in a hard place or lonely at this time of year can be really helpful. Um, yeah, so my friend Sam is has has gone silent. Let's see if we can bring Sam. Yeah, there we go. Sam's back. Um, so if you're having a hard time, post what's hard, and we will be holding space for that because you don't have to feel like you are alone. Kara on YouTube says, uh, I think I might have some kind of math learning disability, but nobody in my life believes me. I have immense language skill, but get numbers mixed up all the time. Mm. Holding space for you, Kara. Um, everybody who is posting,
Hmm.
thank you. Thank you for sharing this tender, painful place.
Hmm.
Um, we're trying to hold it with care and hold space for all of it. I roll on TikTok says, thank you for doing this because it's very needed. Being able to share what's hurting with you helps. Yes. Yes, it does. Uh, Lucas on TikTok says, I live multiple states away from the rest of my family and haven't been home since 2019. Holding space
Wow.
for you,
Absolutely.
Lucas.
Um, sorry, the people have been asking me questions in the TikTok feed, so
Oh, go for it.
I was,
Yeah.
um,
Um, uh, Betty Bravo asks, is Sam, our tie-dyed shirt friend, a
yes.
pastor? Yes, he is. Sam is one of my dear, dear friends. We've known each other for, I think the technical term is a long ass time.
A long ass
And
time, that's for damn sure.
and have gone through the shit with each other. And
We have,
yeah,
and
and
still are.
uh, and still are. Um,
Yeah,
one day, maybe all of our lives will be perfect, but that's not today, and that's
yeah,
not anybody else, right? And that's why we're here. You post it, just post it in the comments,
yep,
and we will read it, and
yeah,
everybody who's on the live will be holding space. A lot of people it's really beautiful to see people sticking around just to be here for each other. Becca Gran on Instagram says, "Thanks for holding space, you two. Struggling to let go of the fundamentalist evangelical upbringings I had, but have a deep love for life and creation. Prayers to let go of fear and let myself be enough. That would be great." Yeah,
Mm.
man, that's hard. We're holding space for that
You
for
know,
sure.
Kara on the YouTube thread said, she hates living. They hate living in a red state. There's talk of a waiver reset, and I'm worried about losing my benefits. And
Mm,
a lot of states, I think, I've got several friends that are really struggling with potential loss of benefits and, you know, an increased cost of things like health insurance in the coming year. And, our political climate can just be this, it can be really difficult to try to surmount, even Christmas, you
yeah,
know.
tell me about it, Sam. I live in the DC area.
Yeah, that's right.
Sam had said something that really sort of hit with me. We're sharing hard things that we're dealing with this Christmas in the comments and holding space. But Sam, you put in there like share your burdens here, and that's I think I just sort of have chill bumps from that because I think that's part of when your life is hard during the holiday time. uh, it just feels like a weight on you, like on your shoulders, like all the time. And then all of the cheeriness and all of the present giving and all of that just makes it makes the weight heavier.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're
And
holding space for all of you.
in my past, I would turn to things that were helpful in the moment, right, to relieve the
Hmm.
weight,
Yeah.
but long term didn't weren't particularly helpful for me. So, yeah, I think there were holiday times when I would become the worst version of myself.
Yeah.
You know, and yet as a pastor trying to, lead a congregation and
Mhm.
not be that way is something else. Our
Yeah.
man says on TikTok, his wife and I lost their full coverage insurance this month after cuts, right? Um, and I know so many people that are going with insurance coverages that are not full coverage, right? Like more specific kinds
Hmm.
of coverage. And I know that has a lot of people worried for the new year. So,
Yeah, and all of that's hard because Alabama Blues, thanks for those roses. I
mm,
the health insurance coverage uh messing up, that's one of those like raises the baseline anxiety, right?
hmm yeah,
Because it's not a one-time thing. It's like an all the time thing.
yeah.
And man, I feel that. Granook or Green, I'm gonna stop trying to say that. On Instagram says, "Christmas was always spent with my father, and since his passing, I struggle finding the same joy celebrating the loss of somebody or somebody's, whether it's a physical loss or a loss otherwise, can uh, can make it hard to find the same joy or any joy. We're holding space for you. That's really hard.
Decaf isn't coffee on TikTok says, um, or is it Instagram? I can't see. But if it helps, Mary's Advent was pretty cruddy if you think about it.
You're not wrong.
You are
You're
not
not
wrong.
wrong.
Like, I'll tell you the thing that gets me is that, you know, when they left Nazareth to go to Bethlehem, I'm sure they thought they would be back home in a week, but it was years,
Yeah.
years, right, before they got to go back to Nazareth. So, um,
Yeah.
yeah,
And man, hard stuff sometimes you feel like it's gonna get better, this is the end. This is gonna get better. It's gonna get better, and then it keeps
not getting
sometimes it
better.
just keeps going, and it that's so hard. And it's hard during the holidays. That's why we're here. That's why we're holding
Yeah.
space for each other. Lady Millat on TikTok says, "My burden is trying not to be so frustrated from the pulpit about the nonsense going on right now." Yeah, no. Uh, it sounds like you're a pastor. I I hear you.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really hard.
Yeah. I think Mary and Joe would both be in this room, were they our contemporaries. So,
Yeah.
um,
Um, I um just so many kind things that everybody is saying in the
mhm.
supported. Um,
I
yeah,
know it's touching my heart.
yeah, it really is. Because if I'm honest, this holiday isn't easy for me. I've got a lot of really difficult things going on, and I appreciate everybody holding space for each other, for me, and we're all doing it together because when you are in a hard time, it can feel lonely and isolating.
Yes.
And knowing that you have people with you, either in real live people that you know, like Sam, uh, or an internet place like this. Yeah. So if you've got something hard going on, you can post that in the chat on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and we're holding space for each other, saying prayers or doing energy stuff, whatever it is, um, so that even though it's not easy, uh, it's we're not alone. Um, uh, Kara on YouTube says, "Mom is convinced that the Cheeto, I feel like that's a nickname for a politician, is a wonderful person and genuinely believes prices will go down soon." Um, yeah, listen, the inflation is a real thing, and it's making the holiday more difficult for a lot of people. Um, and that's the thing. There's so many different facets of life that can make things hard for you and can make the holidays really, really difficult. Yeah, if that's you, just post in the chat. And my dear friend Sam is here. We're gonna read those things out loud, the hard things out loud, and everybody that's together right now is gonna hold space and pray and do all of that. You can just post in the chat, and we're doing that for each other. Um, and I think Sam, like this is, I think it's one of those times, like it's just a handful of days away from the winter solstice, right? The longest night of the year. And I think sometimes when things are hard during the holiday times, um, they can feel like the longest night because it feels like it's so long, like from Thanksgiving through New Year's. It feels like it can feel like it just drags on and on and on. So Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. If you've got some hard things, go ahead and post in those places. We're going to stay on for just a little bit longer. Um, but I'll tell you, if you are, if you need a community of people uh, that are there for each other, like people are there for each other in churches, but without the churchiness. Somebody, we've got this group called Not Church, and it's full of people being open and honest, processing their own religious history, finding spiritual beliefs and practices that work for them, posting pictures of our pets. Um, and it's a spiritual community. It's got people of all kinds of spiritual identities and non-identities in there. It's called Not Church because somebody said it's like church. It's got all these things that I miss from church without the judgment. So a lot of us in there have religious trauma around being manipulated out of money, and so we don't ask for donations. Instead, um, we just pay for what you get. $3 a month will get you access to it. And if it doesn't work for you, just stop paying. But also, um, if you can't swing $3, just let me know and I'll get you in for free. Um, yeah, and you go to patreon.com/skepticpastor. Patreon.com/skepticpastor is also a link in my profile. If you want to continue this sort of supportive community after this live stream is over, it'll be waiting for you there and Not Church. Um, if you've got uh, uh, if you've got difficult things going on in your life, just post those in the comments, and my dear friend Sam and I will be reading those out loud, and we're all holding space for each other. Sam, what is something that you do when things are difficult? Healthy things, healthy coping mechanisms during the holidays to keep your head above water. Oh, Sam, you are muted. I wondered why I wasn't hearing your dulcet tones for so long. Um, uh, we don't know why Sam is muted. I can tell you, for me, one of the things that I do to cope in a healthy way is I sing karaoke. Little known fact, but I go and I sing, and singing is a release for me. I'm curious if you've got some healthy Christmas coping mechanisms. Oh, I hear
Can
Sam.
you hear
I
me
hear Sam.
now?
Yeah, Sam is back.
Sorry, I don't know what is going on with the connection. Um, yeah, I have a lot of coping mechanisms in the holidays, and for me, for me, like an advent calendar is helpful because I can see how little, how like every day it's a little bit less of this that I have to endure. So I find, the day once was that I would get the advent calendar with the little bottles of alcohol in it, but I don't
Hmm.
do that anymore. So I'm settling for chocolate. So that will work for me.
There you go.
Um, but I also try to read things that are just super entertaining and just at the end of the day, something that just kind of I like fantasy literature. I like a lot of
Hmm.
high fantasy, and so we'll spend the day with that because you know it just helps kind of take my mind off things.
Yeah,
And
I'm yeah, no, that's really good. On YouTube, we're if you're having a hard time, post it in the comments. We're reading those out, we're holding space, praying, whatever. Um, Kara says, when I try to get my parents to expand their horizons, they say that's not biblical. Yeah, that's hard though, right? Like, when you are you were trying to have this like honest engagement and you're just shut down using the Bible. Um, that's hard.
Yeah,
We're
I
holding
mean,
space for you, Kira.
I thought it yeah, I thought it was supposed to be about, right, opening new horizons and
Yeah,
discovering new things and, you know, um,
yeah,
yeah, that's what I thought it was about. That's what I want people to do. That's what I wanna do, right, as a person of faith discover the new.
yeah. We had asked people what their healthy coping mechanisms were. Lady Malat says, during the Christmas season, my coping mechanism is a synchronized light display at a local church. Otherwise, is board gaming conventions.
Oh,
I didn't even know that board gaming conventions were a thing. This is amazing. I'm learning something.
so I live in the Phoenix area, and so there is somebody has put together a Phoenix-wide map of Christmas lights, Christmas light displays, and some of them are just really incredibly creative and took quite a lot of engineering, and some of them are just hilarious too. And that has been kind of a fun thing for us to do is just get out of the house at night and go look at how people are spending their utility dollars.
Yeah,
A
no,
board
but
game convention sounds fun.
yeah, no, for sure. Um, yeah, that's I'm trying to hear. I think I'm missing something in the TikTok chat.
Uh,
Um, in the TikTok, I'm there's it's wonderful. People are doing
yeah.
being really kind and supportive there. It's really active. Um, yeah, if you're going through something hard right now, that's what this is for. Go ahead and post that in the chat. My dear friend Sam and I are going to read those. And everybody who's around for the live stream right now on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, um, we're all holding space for each other, being there for each other. And um, yeah, yeah,
Um, another thing that for me is helpful is kind of holding Christmas off, like, and kind of staying with the Advent thing,
hmm
which I know maybe, a lot of your community isn't as interested in that. But uh, most of the Advent biblical texts are about longing for something that isn't here.
hmm
And those just resonate with me a lot more than, those biblical texts that are like, oh, yay, celebrate, it's here, right?
yeah,
Um, you know, um, I think I just spend a lot more time, more of my time in that, so um,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay, so we are gonna wind down, and I just
y'all have
thank you
been
so
great.
much for being here, Sam. Um, uh, uh, if people want to follow you, your preacher, what numbers?
Preacher 1120.
Wow.
Um, um, those are most of my handles. I think all of
Yeah,
my handles are Preacher 1120. So yeah, I would love to connect with you. And thank you, Jeremy. Thank you for allowing me to spend some of this time with your community in my own Christmas funk, right?
yeah,
And I just feel a little bit lighter. Haven't been able to connect with you beautiful people, and I
yeah,
particularly love seeing how that you are faithful to one another. That
yeah.
matters a lot.
And look, if you are looking for a community of support, the Not Church community is great. You can get all the information about that. There's a link in my profile. But thank you all so much for
Mm,
tonight and for your vulnerability and
mm.
support. So, yeah, you guys are great, and we'll see you around.